Recorded in infrared full spectrum under the Arizona sky, this footage captures a night of unusual activity. The camera was directed due east, and the session ran from 9 p.m. to 11:20 p.m. on July 29, 2025. Weather conditions were clear and dry, 98 degrees Fahrenheit, 6% humidity, and no breeze. The stars were out in force, and the sky was a canvas for something else. 7 distinct objects were recorded, each one unique, each one fleeting. They entered and exited the frame with a speed that challenges easy explanation. None of them were stars, none of them were planets. Those were ruled out immediately. The movement, velocity, and behavior of these objects fall outside the patterns we would expect from celestial bodies. These were recorded in real time, not time-lapse, meaning what you see is precisely what unfolded. The camera froze each anomaly for 3 seconds so we can better observe and reflect. These freeze frames are intended to offer clarity, not conclusion. Some objects darted in and vanished. Others appeared to momentarily loop into our atmosphere before fading, as if they slipped between dimensions. The question lingers: are these meteors, satellites, insects, or something unknown? Looking east in late July, the night sky is populated with familiar cosmic companions. The constellations Aquila, Cygnus, and Lyra dominate that quadrant. Vega, one of the brightest stars in the northern hemisphere, shines prominently in Lyra, while Altair and Deneb anchor Aquila and Cygnus, forming the summer triangle. These stars act like celestial lighthouses, but even they couldn't explain the behavior of what we recorded that night. There were no aircraft lights, no blinking patterns typical of jets or drones. The paths weren't linear. Some anomalies curved, faded, or blinked out suddenly, almost as if they were reacting to being observed. One object in particular appeared orb-shaped, smooth and almost intelligent in its flight pattern. It shot across the frame, looped in and out, then disappeared altogether. It did not behave like a shooting star or satellite. It behaved like it knew we were watching. The mind reaches for possibilities. Satellites, perhaps Starlink units, often move in smooth, predictable lines. These objects did not. Meteorites often leave a brief trail or flash, a burst of light or visible arc. These showed neither. Insects? It's a fair guess, but many of these anomalies appear behind known stars, beyond the foreground range where insects would travel. And again, we are operating in IR full spectrum, not a typical bug-catching filter. Many of these anomalies can be attributed to flying insects and birds. Many to man-made aircraft such as planes, jets, rockets, and satellites. But not all these anomalies have a simple terrestrial explanation. Since the dawn of mankind, we have looked to the heavens, and that curiosity remains with us tonight. Let's talk briefly about motion. The anomalies captured here moved with extreme velocity, faster than any known object should in the frame rate and exposure conditions of this camera. Some flashed across in less than a second. Others emerged, paused, then shot off in an entirely different direction. If these are insects, they are flying at abnormal speed and trajectory, well beyond the behavior we're used to seeing in prior footage. Could these objects be the result of plasma phenomena? Some researchers believe that unidentified aerial anomalies may be plasma-based intelligences, energy forms that can shift state, change vibrational properties, and even respond to attention. There is no hard proof. But after reviewing this footage, the question doesn't seem so far-fetched. It's also possible these are transient luminous events, TLEs, atmospheric flashes like sprites or elves, usually seen above thunderstorms. But there were no storms that night, no lightning. The skies were clear, still, and silent. Another theory gaining traction is that some of these craft, or phenomena, exist not in space as we know it, but in adjacent states of time. Not parallel worlds, but shifted frequency frames. If so, what we record are glimpses, flashes through a window as these intelligences pass through or near our dimensional space. One of the objects from July 29th shows signs of what I'd call evasive movement. It darts in, slows, then suddenly arcs in a diagonal before blinking out. It feels less like natural physics and more like intention, and when you factor in the direction, east toward the rising sky, you begin to wonder, are we observing something entering our world or leaving it? This is why we record often. This is why we rotate the direction of the camera. The skies change, conditions shift, and perhaps they are watching us too. Let's talk about object number 4. Upon freezing the frame, we observed a sharp-edged anomaly, triangular in shape, moving from low to high altitude. There was no tail, no flicker, and the edges were unnaturally crisp for something in motion. It didn't emit light in the typical way. This is a mystery. Object number 6 resembles a fast-fading orb, a circular glow moving in a wide arc before phasing out of view. Again, not blinking, phasing. There's no trail behind it, no sudden flare, just appearance and disappearance. And the final object, the 7th. It was the most peculiar. It appeared out of nowhere, shot across the sky, then disappeared with a sharp curve upward. If it were a meteor, we would expect a downward trajectory or a streak. This bent upward, as if pulled or drawn toward something unseen. We do not claim to know what we are seeing. That is not our mission. Our mission is to scan, observe, document, and invite others into the mystery. The skies are not empty, not anymore, if they ever were. Each video we publish will freeze the anomalies we observe. We will mark the conditions, the direction of the lens, and the time of capture. This discipline is not just for credibility. It's our compass in a sea of uncertainty. Patterns emerge when data is honest. We ask you, the viewer, what are we seeing? Are these merely birds and bugs caught in infrared? Are these streaking meteors too fast for the eye to follow? Or is there something more, something above? And perhaps within? If you've experienced sightings like these, on camera or in person, share your thoughts. Your story may mirror ours. We'll continue scanning the sky. We'll continue asking questions. Some nights we may catch nothing. Others, like this one, we may catch a moment where reality blurs, and a mystery streaks across the stars. Like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and as always, keep looking up.